Hey guys, it's your old pal Tony Giles TG here, welcoming you once again back into the record room. And I'm still kind of feeling the whole vampire thing at the moment. I don't know if it's because the nights are drawing in, or just because I'm a huge vampire fan, or a huge Bram Stoker fan, or a huge Dracula fan, whatever way you want to look at it. But yeah, I'm still feeling it actually, still really enjoying the recent reissue of Bram Stoker's Dracula from Music on Vinyl. And what I've been doing recently is, kind of focusing on one topic or one bunch of releases per video, but I've had so much stuff come into the record room recently that I thought I would do a catch-up video and show you some of my recent pickups and purchases. So that's what we're going to do. It's not just records, it's also some cassettes as well. So I've got the Ebony Pendant demo, and of course I'll talk about these in a little bit more detail when we go over to the table. Dendritics Elsewhere Toning, which this actually came from my my buddy the Slow Engineer, and this cassette, whew. I also received the cassette version of the Magician's Window. Is that what it's called? The View from the Magician's Window? View from the Magician's Window. This is the latest release from Library of the Occult by the Psychic Circle. So those are my cassettes. I also received the Psychic Circle vinyl as well, which I'm very, very pleased about. I'll talk a little bit more about the Ship to Shore Phono Co.'s recent batch of city pop releases I received. Absolutely in love with this right now. This is Ikaruga, which is the latest release from Datadiscs. And for those of you that don't know, they specialize in video game scores. And this is the score from the Treasure game Ikaruga, which is a shooter. And the game is insanely hard, but the music, insanely good. And then we're going to round things off with the latest reissue in the Analog Sound series with, this is John Coltrane's Ballads. And this is an all analog reissue. I can't remember who cut this. Maybe it was Kevin Gray, but this album sounds phenomenal. I've never heard this album sound this good. So yeah, let's head on over to the table and get into a little bit more detail. Okay guys, let's get into some of my recent pickups here. And we'll start with the cassettes. That seems to be the easiest thing to do. Now, the Library of the Occult. I've been a big fan of these guys for a while now, and I absolutely love this cassette. View from the Magician's Window. This is like krautrock psych type deal. It's just really thumping in places. Really, really cool. I love the cassette on this. It's pretty, lo-fi type with the cover just kind of stuck on, but I love that you don't have to you don't have to spend a fortune to make something look really cool and really like eye-catching. I'm a big fan of that, and I love these slip covers as well, how they look like books. Yeah, big fan of that. That's the 4th release from Library of the Occult, and I believe this is actually sold out now, but you can still check out the record online on Bandcamp. You can still stream that one. Ebony Pendant. Now this is it's a demo, essentially a black metal demo that was released a few years ago and has recently had the reissue treatment because the original version of it was going for crazy money for what this is. It's a 3-song demo, but it's so cool. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this cassette, Ebony Pendant. It's so good. It's lo-fi, it's brutal, it's everything that I want to hear in modern black metal. It's so good. And there is a release after this as well. I don't actually have. Kind of hoping that it gets a reissue because it's much more improved. This is very lo-fi kind of necro sound, but the second album or the follow-up to this is really quite polished. And this is Sempiternal Passage Through Realms of Suffering and Hatred. Just rolls off the tongue. So good. Cannot recommend this enough if you are a fan of black metal. And then this one here, Dendritics Elsewhere Toning. This is just like an assault on the brain. It's so good and so pounding. If you're into kind of electro, but you like the heavier end, the harder end of electro, trust me, this is what you want. You want this. I already know you want this because it's so good. When it came through the door, I wasn't actually expecting it. And when it turned up, I was just, what the freak is this? I put it in the tape deck straight away, and I just, yeah, I was completely blown away by it. And you got a couple of stickers inside, or actually 3 stickers inside. And this one is numbered as well. This one is number 4. So I've got a very, very small number on this one, which is very cool. So thank you to my buddy, the Slow Engineer, for sending this my way. And he also sent me an art print with this as well, which is very cool. So 3 cassettes I would highly, highly recommend there. Black metal, just pulse pounding electro, and some occult psych. I mean, that's just, I'm absolutely loving these 3 releases right now. Let's get these out of the way though. Okay, let's talk about some records on the record room. Piper's Gentle Breeze. This and the preceding 3 albums. I spoke about these. I did an unboxing of these a couple of weeks ago on the record room. So if you haven't checked that out yet, go back and take a look. But these are 4 of the recent releases from the Ship to Shore Phono Co. And this is part of their city pop, you know, not campaign, but they're going through and releasing some classic city pop albums. And Piper Gentle Breeze, I just can't get enough of this album. I really can't. The opening track, I've Got a Feeling, is just, I want to bust out into song, because, you know, I've got a feeling deep inside. It's just, it's so catchy and so, like it's an earworm of the highest degree, an earworm of the nth level. So if you enjoy having tunes stuck in your head, Piper Gentle Breeze, it's brilliant. Momoko Kikuchi, she has a wonderful voice. This is very much though like your 80s electronic album. It's kind of how the album looks, it's kind of how it sounds. She's got a very sweet voice. I don't have a favorite track on this one yet. I haven't listened to it that much, but I do highly recommend it. Sahara, this one, I wasn't a huge fan of this, I'm not gonna lie. It is a very cool album, but it didn't take me, it didn't sweep me away in quite the same way as the others did. So I would say definitely have a listen to that one online if you like the look of it. But this one here, Summer Breeze. Oh, Summer Breeze, this album does indeed make me feel fine. It's just, Shine On is, you know the video game Outrun? Yeah, this could be like in that setting, driving down the freeway in an open top car. This is what you want playing. This is the soundtrack to your summer. It's so fun and so catchy. I would highly recommend checking out some samples of these city pop records online. Thank you to the guys at Ship to Shore for sending them away. They are so good. John Coltrane's Ballads. Let's take this out right now, because I do put them in protective sleeves. Now, John Coltrane's Ballads, as you can see, this is very, very shiny. This is one of the latest reissues from the Acoustic Sound series. And this is an all analog cut, so taken directly from the master tapes. And I have never heard this album, never heard these songs quite like I do now. It's a phenomenal repressing. And I have a couple of the recent batch of Acoustic Sound reissues. There's this. There is, of course, the Giant Steps reissue. And there is also one other that I have. Oh, the Get Some Gilberto album as well. The one with Girl From Ipanema on it. I'm blanking on the name right now. They all sound just absolutely incredible. If you're a fan of all analog cuts, which I definitely am, you know, the more I've upgraded my stereo, the more I'm into getting the absolute very best out of them. And this is a fantastic reissue. It's got the Stoughton tip-on jacket, which just, you know, everything about this just screams quality. It's just a quality record. And they're not super expensive. They are a little bit more expensive than what you may pay ordinarily. I think this cost me around, I don't know, it was like $35, $40, something like that. But it's money well spent as far as I'm concerned, because the album just has never sounded as good as this. And it does come in a polyline sleeve, or you get those nice kind of MoFi sleeves, and it replicates the old Impulse label there. It's just, it's quality from top to bottom, and I'm a big fan of that, especially as I become more and more of a fan of jazz. You know, I can't afford some of these original pressings, so it's a great thing that there are labels out there reissuing them as they should be. Moving completely along though, and switching genres doesn't quite cut it, but going from John Coltrane to Ikaruga, this is one of the hardest, if not hardest, video games I've ever played in my life. I am a big video game fan. I remember playing Ikaruga on the GameCube many years ago. And this is a shooter game, so the idea is, you know, flying around, shooting everything. The term bullet hell, I think, was originated for this game. It's just, man alive, it is tough. It is tricky. However, the score is phenomenally good. It's so good. So just, it's not, it's an electronic score, but it's not kind of, it's not, I wouldn't say it's an atypical video game score. It sounds quite different. There's stuff going on here that I wouldn't have expected to be hearing. Includes 4 lithograph prints of archival artwork by Yasushi Suzuki. Music from Treasure's classic game composed by Hiroshi Yuchi. Just love this cover. Absolutely love this cover. And these, how cool are these? Just get these just as a bonus. This is just so cool. Just absolutely so cool. Take a look at these. Just absolutely fantastic. Just brilliant. And I actually have the black vinyl version. For most of Datadisc's releases, I do tend to go for the straight colors. Occasionally I will go for one of the splatters or something, depending on what it is. But yeah, nice big thick slap of black wax there. And it comes in a polyline sleeve, which I know the Datadisc guys are big on sound quality and everything, you know, essentially being the best it can be. And, you know, you can't hurt by having a polyline sleeve. So Ikaruga, if you're a video game fan, I highly recommend checking that one out. But finally, I talked about the cassette. Let's talk about the record as well. The Psychic Circle, View from a Magician's Window, or View from the Magician's Window, I should say. This is just, I was completely blown away by how much I enjoyed this record. I didn't actually think I would. I'm not necessarily kind of, I'm not really a krautrock or a psych fan, but I am a fan of this. This is so good. And I have the version that comes with the extra stuff as well. So let's pull all this out. So what I love about these is how cool, put the Obi to one side there, you get this neat little booklet, and every release so far from Library of the Occult has included one of these booklets. So yeah, very cool there. So yeah, that's what the little booklet looks like. And you get this pretty nifty poster, which is nice. It's always nice to get a poster. And I do love these sleeves. It's a thick, shiny sleeve. And it looks exactly kind of how the record sounds, which is neat. And this is on Wizard Window clear vinyl. Yeah, man. Oh, I'm going to be spinning this. I'm going to be spinning this good and loud as soon as this video is finished. So yeah, Library of the Occult. I'm pretty sure this has now sold out. However, as I say with lots and lots of the labels I talk about, you know, follow these guys online, because once you get hooked, once you get bitten by the bug of these labels, you're going to want to collect absolutely everything, and this stuff sells out quickly. So make sure you are online the next time Library of the Occult drops something. There is some interesting note on the back here, or an interesting note, and it says, A Black Magic Story, Tales of Strange Alchemy, Part 1 of 2. So we could have another album from the Psychic Circle before you know it. So there you go, folks. That's what I've been listening to recently. As always, be good to each other, stay gold, wash your hands, keep wearing your face masks if you are out and about in public. And as always, spin those blackest circles.